Hi everyone. In this video session, we will have a discussion on electrical machine problems which was asked in GATE 2023. This is the first questions which we will discuss in detail. Subsequently, we will cover all electrical machine problem which came in the GATE 2023 paper. See, the following columns present various mode of induction machine operation and the ranges of sleep. Mode of operation given in what? Column A. Range of sleep given in column B. We have to match between the elements in column A with those of column B. And these are the nothing but running mode in generator mode, running in motoring mode, plugging mode. Okay, so these are the three modes induction machine can be operated in. Three modes, like it can be operated in generating mode, it can be operated in motoring mode, or it can be operated in braking mode equal to plugging mode. So do not get confused between braking and plugging, both are same. So to solve this problem, first of all, we will draw total torque slip curve. Total torque versus slip curve. Okay. This is the slip axis. Okay. This is the torque axis. Let me first draw TS curve, then we will discuss. Okay. See, at this point our slip will be what? Equal, since n equal to 0, since n your rotor speed of induction machine motor will be equal to 0, and here slip will be 1. Okay, and this slip will be 2. Now slip will become what? Negative after s equal to 0 point. So this will be s equal to -1. Okay. So this TS curve, we are what? We are familiar with this torque slip curve. This is the our general motoring mode TS curve. So this is the motoring mode. This is the motoring mode where your induction motor will get operated in motoring mode. So motoring mode slip is what? Motoring mode is 0 to 1. So we can say that V can be element B from column A can be matched with P. Okay. So see, we will use option elimination method. B equal to P. So option A is having chance. In option B, B matching with Q. So B will not a correct option. In C, B matched with R option. C will not have a choice. and in option D, B is matched with P. So there is chance between A and D. Further, we will move for generating mode. This is the generating mode. So we can see slip vary between what? -1 to 0. So in generating mode, induction machine slip varies -1 to 0. Hence we can say that in this situation your induction machine, okay, will operate in generating mode. It will deliver the power, electrical power, to the bus connected supply system instead of taking power supply towards the motor. And it happens due to their rotor direction. If your rotor is rotating in some specific direction, like if rotor is moving toward the clockwise and it is behaving as a in motor, then if your rotor will move clockwise, anti-clockwise, then your system with same supply, if it is moving anti-clockwise, then your machine will behave as a generator. Okay, so for generator slip is -1 to 0. So see, A is generating mode, so A will match with what? R. So from option A and D, if we will see D, there is A matched with Q, so this is wrong. So A is correct option. Okay, now this is the braking mode. This is the braking mode. Here we can say that our motor will get braked, okay, will have a braking operation. A speed will get reduced and reduce. Okay, so this is the braking mode and its slip vary from what? 1 to 0. So we can say that braking mode or plugging mode operation of an induction machine what? Slip will vary from what? 1 to 2. So this is the C option will be Q. ठीक है, so this is the B. A will match with R, B will match with P, and C will match with Q. So A is correct option. So this question can be answered easily if we are aware with total torque versus slip curve of an induction machine. If you are not aware of all three operation of induction machine, try to eliminate the option. Like if we know that if induction machine is running in motoring mode, okay, and its slip vary from what? 0 to 1, then we should match with P. Okay, so option B and C can be eliminated, and it cannot, you cannot make mistake between B and C. B and C never be possible if we only know that motoring mode operation happens in what? 1 to 0 slip range. Okay, so there will be 50-50 chances between A and D. So this is the way we can answer. And also if you will see, if slip reaches at s equal to 0 in motoring mode, if beyond slip go, it will become negative. Negative means your rotor rotation direction gets changed. Okay, so slip will be negative. Your slip will be negative. And if it is negative, you can, for same power supply, you can understand that now power will get what? Now your machine will generate power. So that will be called generating mode. So from our basic understanding with the torque versus slip curve, we can answer these questions. Now we will move to another question which was also asked in GATE 2023. This question from the what? Single phase induction motor. A 10 pole, number of pole is 10, frequency is 50 Hz and power supply 240 volt. And it is single phase induction motor, runs at 540 rpm while driving what? Rated load. Load is rated. The frequency of induced rotor current due to backward field. Okay. So we know that in single phase induction motor there is two field. What? Forward field and backward field. Both will induce rotor current in rotor. Okay, and it will have different slips, different frequency value. Since one is rotating in clockwise, then other will rotate in anti-clockwise. Hence, both forward and backward working flux will not have same slip. Okay, and due to forward field and due to backward field, separate what? Forward current will induce, backward current will induce. So in these questions we have to ask, we have to solve. Since GATE authority has asked about the frequency of induced rotor current due to backward field, so we have to find what? Frequency of IB current, that means backward current. See, forward slip is what? Ns minus N divided by Ns. So it can be written as N1 minus N divided by Ns. Okay, so N divided by Ns equal to what? 1 minus SF, or if we call forward slip equal to S, then it will be 1 minus S. Okay, backward slip is what? SB. Ns, a speed with reference to backward field will be negative. Okay, so it will behave as a rotor speed will treated as a positive for. So sign between the Ns and N will be positive since field is backward in direction. So it will be 1 plus what? N by Ns. We will put value from this expression. It will be 2 minus S. Okay. So now we have to find slip. First of all, we have to find slip. So it is 10 poles. So Ns will be what? 120 into what? Frequency 50 Hz divided by 10. It will be 600 rpm. Slip, that means S equal to what? 600 minus 540 rpm divided by 600. It will come as 0.1. Okay, it is 0.1. Hence SB will be what? 2 minus 0.1, it will be 1.9. Now frequency, the rotor frequency is what? SV into supply frequency. SV is what? 1.9 into supply frequency 50 Hertz. So it will be 95 Hertz. So the rotor frequency of induced rotor, the frequency of induced rotor currents due to backward field is 95 Hz. Okay? So from common sense also we can eliminate given all options. See, option A is 100 Hz. It cannot be. in induction motor, there is no possibility that your backward field, due to backward field, IV is induced and IV will have a frequency of 2 times or integral multiple of supply frequency. There is no chances. So option A is what? Wrong. C. Backward field rotor induced rotor current which has induced due to the backward field, it will not have a frequency lesser than the what? Supply frequency. It will be always greater than the supply frequency. So we can say that rotor FR due to what? Backward field will be always greater than what? Supply frequency. Since SV is always greater than 1. Correct? So by this concept we can eliminate option D, okay, and we can eliminate option C. So without solving this problem, we could have answered that A option B is correct. But for your understanding, I have solved in detail so that you can understand how backward field slip is derived, okay, and how it is interrelated between forward field. Okay, so with this discussion we will move over another question which was also asked in GATE 2023. So these two problem, okay, this problem and this problem, both are very easy problem and every student must get full marks in these questions. These type of questions are not rank fetching questions, but yes, it will boost your rank, since if you will not solve, you will not have a competition. Okay, you will get like you will not be in real competition. So to be in competition we have to solve all the easy problem, and to get a good rank we have to solve very conceptual and logical problem in GATE. So these questions are easy. Now we will have a problem from DC machine, and this is diagram based problem. The 4 stator conductors A and A dash, this is the stator conductor and this is the stator conductor. This is the B and B dash stator conductor of rotating machine are carry DC current of same value. So this current is IB, then this is same, and this is what? IB dash and IB dash, then these both are same. And direction of which are shown in figure 1. So direction are shown. The rotor coil AA dash, BEB dash are formed by connecting the back ends of conductor A dash, okay, and B dash respectively. So they have created one coil by using what? A conductor and A and A dash conductor, B and B dash conductor. And we have to answer the EMF induced in coil AA dash and coil BB dash are denoted. They have given EAA dash and capital EBB dash. This is the EMF induced in respective conductor. If the rotor is rotated at uniform angular speed omega in the clockwise direction, then which of the following correctly describe the induced EMF across the coils, rotor coils? Okay, so for calculating the rotor conductor EMF, we need to find a stator magnetic field direction, rotation direction, in which direction it is rotating. Okay, so first of all we will use Fleming right hand rule and we will find the direction of field. For this conductor, direction will be this. For this conductor, direction will be this by using Fleming right hand rule. for this conductor, direction will be this. For this conductor, direction will be this. So see, if a rotor conductor is having what field effect? This field effect. And B is all A dash conductor is also having same field effect. Okay. So induce EMF in a conductor, rotor conductor, and induce EMF in A dash rotor conductor, both will have a same magnitude and same polarity. So after connecting, let's say A conductor is having polarity like this. So A dash will also have a polarity like this. Okay. Since both are experiencing same magnitude EMF field and also same direction, hence both conductor will have a same magnitude induced EMF and same polarity. Hence equivalent A dash will be 0. Net induced EMF across the conductor will be 0, since both A and A dash conductor, rotor conductor, are experiencing same magnetic field. Okay. Similar way, we can say that B and B dash rotor conductor is experiencing same magnetic field, same magnetic field and same magnitude. Okay, and it is having same direction. Hence, it will what? It will induce magnetic field will stator magnetic field will induce EMF. Same in EMF induced will be same in magnitude and also will have a same polarity. Hence, let's say B conductor is having this polarity for induced EMF, so B dash will also have a same. So B dash will be 0. So net EMF induced across the what? B dash rotor conductor will be 0. Okay. So let's check options one by one. In option A dash and B dash have finite magnitudes and are in the same phase. This is the wrong. It is not having finite magnitude, it is having 0. So option B is also having finite magnitude and option C is also having finite magnitudes. Say hence option A, B, C will not be a correct option and option D is a more suitable and correct options. Okay? So for these questions we have to select option D. This question was from fundamental of DC machine. If you have understand how conductor carry current and how induced EMF get induced in rotor conductor due to the stator field, then any student can answer these questions. But we have to understand the fundamental of DC motors. Okay. Also, if you do not have a much idea about the DC motor, then by using EMF concept, how EMF induced in one conductor, then we can also answer these questions. Okay. Now we will move towards another problem which was asked in GATE 2023 from electrical machine. A separately excited DC motor. Motor is how? It is separately excited. Okay. So field is here and it is separately. Okay. Rated voltage is what? 400 supply voltage. And armature current is what? 15 ampere. And RPM is rated. RPM is what? Rated or initial, say that we can call it as N1 speed, 1500 RPM. Drives a constant torque load, means TL is constant, it is not getting changed. So every word in electrical machine will have some significant impact over your solution. So let's always, when you are going to read problem, keep in mind that you should not neglect any word to get a correct answer at the end of solution. If you will neglect like a it is, if you will neglect like this is not a constant load torque, then we will have some doubts like how armature current we will find in this problem. So subsequently I will show how to solve this problem. At rated speed operating from 400 volt, see this is the rated, okay, this is the NR rated, and supply voltage at rated speed, what is supply voltage? 400 DC supply, and drawing rated current, that means 15 ampere. The armature resistance is 1.2 ohm. If supply voltage drop by 10% with field current unaltered, see if supply voltage is supply voltage is altered with 10%, okay, and field current is unaltered. Since it is separately excited, to reduce the field you need to increase the field resistance or you need to reduce the field voltage, but field part is not getting touched by what? It is field system is not disturbed in this problem, okay, it is unaltered. Then the resultant speed of a motor in RPM we need to calculate. And also keep in mind that whenever you are solving numerical data type problem, read this last part in which unit they are asking and till which integer you need to round off, okay. So see, torque is constant, so torque is nothing but what? K phi Ia, and this part is constant. Since field is constant, K is constant, torque is directly proportional to ampere armature current, and it is what? Constant. Hence Ia will be also constant, that is 15 ampere in both situation. If supply voltage is 400, armature current will be 15 ampere. If supply voltage reduced by 10%, that means ki 400 minus 0.1 into 400, it will be 360 volt. At this stage also your armature current is what? 15 ampere, since torque is constant, okay. And we know that back EMF is directly proportional to what? Directly proportional to rotor speed if phi f is constant. So 400 minus what? 15 ampere into 1.2 equal to 1500. Next, that means we will use EB1 divided by EB2 equal to N1 divided by N2. EB1 what? Old, at when supply was 400, that time back EMF is EB1, and when voltage, supply voltage is getting reduced and it was reduced to 360 volt, induced EMF, okay, induced back EMF is EB2 and rotor speed is N2. So from this we can solve N2. N2 is what? 400 minus 15. So it will be 382 342 equal to 'So N2 will be approximately 1342.93. So we need to round off to the nearest integer. So nearest integer will be what? 1343 RPM. Okay. So the resultant speed of motor in RPM is what? 1343 RPM. If we reduce the supply voltage by 10%, keeping the field current constant. So this way you can solve this question, but also easy and not a very complex in nature. This question is from synchronous motor. A three-phase synchronous motor with synchronous impedance of 0.1 plus J0.3 per unit per phase has a static stability limit of 2.5 per unit. Okay, the corresponding excitation voltage in per unit is, we need to calculate. Okay, and we need to round off the answer till 2 decimal places. So what are the information given? We need to collect it so that we can proceed further. So see, in this problem Z is given, Z is 0.1 plus J 0.3. So this can be written in polar form. So it will be in polar form, it will be 0. It will be 0.316 and angle will be 71.56. Okay, since it is a motor, see, this is EF. Okay, this is EF and angle will be negative, load angle, since it is a motor. This is terminal voltage. This is 0.1 and J 0.3. Okay. So in case of synchronous motor, P developed equal to Vt into induced voltage divided by Zs cos theta s minus delta. Delta is nothing but load angle. Ef square induced voltage square Zs cos theta s. See, this is a static limit. A static limit is what? 2.5 pu. It means that it is maximum power that can be carried by your synchronous motor. Okay, so this much power will be developed, and that is maximum, since it is a static stability limit. Beyond this limit, your synchronous motor will lose stability and it will not able to deliver any mechanical power to your connected system. Hence, this is the maximum power that can be developed across what? Across your connected load. So for maximum, what will happen? For maximum, this part should be maximum. Cos part should be cos theta s minus delta must be maximum. For that, delta s theta s minus delta should be minimum, that means 0. Hence, theta s will be equal to load angle. For what? For developing the maximum power. Hence, PSS or Pmax can be written as Vt EF by Zs Okay. See, we have seen what are the values? Zs, PSS and nothing else. Okay, so there is no information given about what? Terminal voltage. So if terminal voltage is not given, we can assume Vt equal to 1 pu. But if we see logically, it should be given in gate problem. It shall be given because without knowing the terminal voltage, one student can guess 1.1 voltage, other can guess 1 pu. It is not in voltage, it is in per unit. Since everything is given in per unit, we have to assume vt equal to 1 pu. But some student may assume 1.1 pu, but both conceptually both are correct, since IIT has not mentioned terminal voltage. So there is high chances that this question will get you will get marks without solving. That means it may become MTA. But I will solve it using what? Terminal voltage equal to 1 pu. So see, P max is 2.5 pu. Okay, and terminal voltage is 1. So after solving this equation, we will have EF square minus 3.182 EF plus 2.5 equal to 0. So when we will solve this quadratic equation, we will have a two solution. One solution will be invalid, another solution will be valid. Let's make the quadratic equation first by solving. It will be 2.5 into 0.316. Okay, and EF cos 71.56 0.03 0.0136 EF square. That equation was simplified, but I will solve it. 0.3163 EF square minus EF plus 2 plus 0.7909. This is the quadratic equation. We have to solve this. We need to find corresponding excitation voltage. So here we are getting both solution. This means this. We are getting this much. So it will be so EF will be what? 1.58 pu if we will if we will assume that terminal voltage is 1 pu. So for terminal voltage 1 pu, our excitation voltage will be 1.58 per unit. So see, whenever we solve these kind of questions in per unit, we need to take a special care. We need to take a special care for approximating the answers. Okay, like if we are finding magnitude of impedance, okay, magnitude of given impedance, so we need to take care. Otherwise, we will have a problem and our answer may get changed. Okay, so this assuming the one terminal voltage 1 pu, we will have a induced emf ef excitation emf is 1.58 pu. Okay, so this is the process to solve these kind of problems. We will have another questions. This question belongs from induction motor. A three-phase 415 voltage, 50 hertz, 6 pole, 960 rpm for 4 hp squirrel cage induction motor drives a constant torque. Okay, constant torque load at rated speed, operating from rated supply and delivering rated output. Everything was till this. Everything is what? Rated in nature. Till this, everything is rated in nature. If supply voltage and frequency are reduced by 20%, both supply frequency and supply voltage both are reduced by 20%. The resultant speed of a motor in rpm we need to calculate. So see, neglecting the stator leakage impedance, rotational losses. Okay, so we know that what torque expression is what? Torque expression is since we neglected the stator impedance. So this is the torque expression, which will be equal to the load of a connected load, which demands the TL torque, and it is a condition of what? Vyf constant, as V reduced by 20% and the frequency is also reduced by 20%. So Vyf will be constant. It means that your magnetic field inside the motor will be always constant, since your magnetic field flux mostly depends on Vyf ratio. If it is a constant, your magnetic field inside the motor will not get changed and it will have a better performance. See, so torque is what? Proportional to 1 by torque is proportional to 1 by ns, and ns minus slip n divided by ns, correct? and it will be what? It will be proportional to 1 by frequency square, since here frequency. So neglecting the rotor resistance, we can say that total torque is what? Directly proportional to, and rotational losses are also not there. So approximations can be taken, since in question is what given that neglecting the stator leakage impedance and rotational losses. So we will approximate this torque equation. So this is slip speed and v by f. This is the constant. Hence, in this problem, if v by f is constant, your slip speed will be constant. Okay. So slip speed is constant. So earlier it was 960 rpm n, and ns was what? 120 f by p, 120 into 50 hertz divided by 6. It is 1000 rpm. Hence slip speed in first case, that means ki ns n as slip speed is what? Slip speed shall be given different name, because if I will put ns, you will get confused. Say that it is np, slip speed is 1000 minus 960, it will be 40 rpm. ठीक है, slip will be 40 rpm. When fs reduced by 20%, that means fs become new fs1 is 0.8 into 50 hertz, it will become 40 hertz. तो 40 hertz के लिए आपका सिंक्रोनस स्पीड क्या होगा? सिंक्रोनस स्पीड विल बी 120 into 40 divided by 6. It is 800 rpm. So n will be what? ns1 minus slip speed. So 800 minus 40 rpm will be is the correct answer. So it will be what? n will be new speed, ठीक है, will be 760 rpm when voltage and frequency both get reduced by 20%. Okay, so it was a situation which was what? V by f constant concept, and in that we can conclude that our slip speed will be constant when we reduce both at a time. Both means voltage and frequency. So correct answer for this question is 760 rpm. Okay. This question was from what? It was from the transformer. When the winding CD of single phase 50 Hz two winding transformer is supplied from an AC current source of a frequency 50 Hz. The rated voltage 200 volt and 50 Hz is obtained at open circuit terminal A and B. The cross sectional area of core is what? Cross sectional area we need to note 5000 mm square. That means ठीक है, and average core length is 500 mm, it means 0.5 meter. The maximum allowable flux density in the core is B max. It is given 1 Weber per meter square. The relative permeability of a core material is mu r 5000. The leakage impedance of a winding A, B and CD is given. This is the leakage impedance. Okay, this is the leakage impedance. Everything is given, and this is what L, and this is inductance. Both are inductance respectively. Considering the magnetizing characteristic of a to be linear and neglecting core losses, self inductance of a winding AB in. So self inductance is what? Self inductance will be what? It will be binding inductance plus leakage inductance. This is the only concept in these questions. Okay, so we will calculate leakage inductance since binding inductance is given. So reluctance will be what? Reluctance will be average length divided by mu naught mu r by cross section. So it will be 0.5 4 pi into 10 power minus 7 mu naught into 5000 into 5 into 10 power minus 3. So reluctance will be 1591549. And we know that what? We know that this is the reluctance, and we know that inductance, leakage inductance equal to what? Turn square divided by reluctance. So we need to calculate turn. So turn, how we will calculate? E by 4.4 F N Bm into cross section. What is E? Induced voltage 200 volt across the AB. Okay, 4.4 frequency is 50 hertz. You need to see that here should not be N. Okay, and filled Vmax is 1 Weber. So Vmax 1. So it will be 181 ton. So L leakage we can calculate as 181 ka square divided by 15915.49. It will give 2058.43 millihenry. Okay, so we have seen in the beginning of solution, self inductance is what? Self inductance LS is equal to what? LL. That means ki inductance due to leakage and inductance due to winding. So due to leakage it is 2058.43 plus winding inductance is what? Winding inductance is 160 millihenry. So total will be 2218.43 millihenry. See, we have solved. Now we will see self inductance of the winding in AB millihenry they have asked. So we have calculated everything in millihenry and round off to 1 decimal. Round off to 1 decimal. So correct answer is 2218.4 as per question requirement. This question was also asked in GATE 2023, and this is the fundamental of, we can say that, from machine or from circuit theory, or it can be considered in power system also. But this is the three-phase fundamentals. So if it is discussed in electrical machine or power system and circuit theory, you should not worry. This can be solved by fundamental concept. Okay, so I will start solving this problem. A balanced delta connected load consisting of series connection of one resistor, ठीक है, 15 ohm and a capacitor this much. In each phase is connected to what? Each phase connected to 3-phase 50 hertz 415 volt supply terminal through a line having inductance. Okay, considering the change in supply terminal voltage with loading to be negligible, the magnitude, acha, considering the change in supply terminal voltage with loading to be negligible, that means ki supply voltage is constant, there is no change due to the loading impact. The magnitude of the voltage across the terminal VAB we need to calculate. This voltage we need to calculate. So R is 15 ohm. Okay, XL we need to calculate. So XL is 2 pi into F 50 into L. And XC is what? 1 by omega C. So RC branch is connected in what? Connected in delta configuration, and L is connected in series. Okay, so if all delta configuration will get converted in a star, XL and RC branch will converted in what? A star. So we will convert. So ZY will be equal to what? That means impedance in Y configuration of delta configuration will be delta configuration impedance divided by 3. So it will be 15 ohm resistance and minus J15 XE divided by 3, that will be 5J. So this will be the in star connection. So it will look like this. Okay, so we need to calculate what? A in. This is the A point and this is the supply point. Okay, so we need to calculate A in. We can apply what? Voltage. So per phase equivalent impedance is what? We can apply voltage division rule, no? So this is 5 minus J5. Okay, and this is J10. So we will apply voltage division rule. What? Full voltage phase voltage is what? This is the supply phase voltage into, so this by magnitude it will be 1, hence V phase AN will be 415 by root 3. But this is not a correct answer. They have asked about the line voltage, so we need to convert it. VAB must be converted in lines. Root 3 into 415 divided by root 3, it will be 415 volt. So this is the correct answer, 415 volt. Okay, so balanced delta, a balanced delta connected load consisting of series connection of one resistor R equal to 15 ohm and the connected capacitor is this much and supply voltage is 50 hertz and 415, okay, and inductance connected in series, then we can calculate voltage at A and B terminal and it will be equal to 415. Okay, it will be 415. So you can see supply voltage and voltage at AB point is same. It is due to the element L and C. It is chosen in such a way that your AB voltage VAB will be equal to the supply voltage. So in this problem many times we can confuse, like we are getting same answer as a supply voltage and there is an inductor connected, so voltage drop will be there and it should be lesser than the supply voltage, but it is due to the your capacitance and inductance combination which is making equal to supply voltage. So with this problem I have solved all the electrical machine problem which was asked in GATE 2023. So these questions we can solve using the circuit concept, power system fundamental with the machine fundamental. Okay, this question was from transformer. It was from transformer and it is good questions. Since many times we will not have a careful observation, like they have asked to self inductance of a winding, so sometime we will miss winding in winding inductance or sometime we will miss leakage inductance. So keep in mind that self inductance will be equal to binding inductance and leakage inductance, both should be added, like leakage inductance plus binding inductance. So they have these questions from the what induction motor and it belongs from the speed control of induction motor. And keep in mind that they have asked concept of V/F constant and these kind of questions were frequently asked in previous year GATE questions. So whoever has practiced lot of previous year GATE problem, they must have solved this with like it was a cup of tea for a student. It was very easy question. Yeah, one question from the electrical machine was having problem since they have not given the terminal voltage. Without knowing the terminal voltage we cannot find excitation voltage. Okay, still if we will assume that it is 1 pu, then it will be around 1.58 pu. These questions from the DC machine. This was also from the speed control and it was a separately excited motor. So problem again became very easy since it is separately excited. Your field flux part or field circuit will not get participated in your numerical. This problem was from DC machine with the what induced EMF concept which belongs from the fundamental and it can be solved by EMFT concept or DC machine concept. This is from the single phase. This is from the single phase induction motor problem and it was very easy. If we have a good grip, we could understand that how we will neglect the options, how we will eliminate the option. That is the most important, how we will eliminate the option. That by using neglection way we can easily select the option B is the correct option, since FBR will never be lesser than supply voltage. Okay, and it cannot be equal to the integral multiple of supply frequency. So option B is correct, and it can be blindly answered if we know concepts. This was problem was from also induction motor from the fundamental concept. So with this guys, we will close this session. Thank you.